Hi everyone, my name is Aurora and welcome to this video. Today we're talking about 5 different tricks that stores use to make you spend more during seasonal sale. If you're someone who is looking for some clothes in this seasonal sale, or if you're someone who usually goes shopping and then comes back with 10 bags of nothing instead of one thing that you actually went searching for, or if you're someone who wants to challenge themselves and become more sustainable by doing retail detox or something like that, please keep on watching. This video is for you. Also, please don't mind my hair. I don't know what's happening with it. I know what happened. I went to sleep with wet hair and space buns, and I wanted some curls from it, and nothing happened. I just look like Hermione on a bad hair day. So there's that. Also, zero makeup and things like that, because it's weekend. We don't need makeup on weekends, even if we are on the internet. Okay, before we start though, I just want to say that I myself haven't purchased anything in the last year and a half now, since early beginning of 2020. I've been doing retail detox since, and I don't specifically know how things are at the moment, but I was someone who usually, before doing retail detox, shopped 2 times a year during winter seasonal sale and during summer seasonal sale. And that's how I noticed those tricks that store use to lure you in and to make you spend more money than you actually want to spend. Of course, these tricks are not used by every store. Not every store uses those tricks as a trick to make you spend more money, maybe just out of the bottom of their heart. I doubt it, but let's give them that benefit of the doubt. Say they are innocent until proven guilty. And not every store uses all of the tricks. And maybe I haven't noticed some tricks or haven't mentioned them in this video. If that's so, please let me know in the comments down below so that we can all learn together and grow together in the most sustainable way possible. Okay, so let's start with the most obvious one, and that is the sense of urgency. If you're someone who usually buys during sale times, you might have noticed that brands are sending you mail notifications, maybe even SMS, or they pop up on your Instagram newsfeed or something like that every single day to let you know that seasonal sale is ending soon, in 2 weeks or a month, or you have only 3 more days until this great sale comes to an end and you won't be able to find these items anywhere no more. Either you buy it now or you'll miss it forever. And for that great of a price, really, how could you not? There are many strategies or tactics when it comes to this trick. Some of the most common ones that you will see with fast fashion stores is they will tell you that the items are going out of stock soon. Which is literally impossible. Why? Because fashion industry is exponentially growing its production every year, independently of actual needs of the people, the consumers. So it is not possible that items are going out of stock. They will end up in the landfill if you don't buy them, and maybe some percentage of them will end up in the recycling bin or something like that. So by telling you that they are in a limited stock, they are making you purchase now so that you won't regret it later. And sometimes it actually is true. Sometimes there is a limited stock and there is only, I don't know, 100 units of something, and they tell you that there is only 10 more units left, and then you know that it's only 10 units, and if you miss it now, you'll miss it forever. And if that number is actually true, then okay, you are informed that if you don't buy it now, you won't get it later, and if you really need it now, then yes, you should go out and buy it. But sales shouldn't really have anything to do with it, right? So because you actually need the product. And there are some other tactics in that trick that are super interesting to research. For instance, if you're familiar with Good Medical Morning or Medical Industries and their medical store, of course, you might have noticed that they did this pretty smart marketing move, and that is they started their seasonal sale at the beginning of December, and they said that sale will last for a month. Each day, the sale is getting smaller for 1%. So the biggest sale is on the first day, it's 31%, the next day is 30%, the next day is 29%, so on and so on, until the very last day when you're left with 1% discount. This is pretty ingenious on their part, because not only are you risking to, you know, miss out that mythical towel or whatever it is, but you're also gonna miss on the, if you don't buy it now, but you're also gonna miss it on that great price. It's a great bargain. 30% less, it's an okay bargain. 20% less, it's okay bargain. 10% is, okay, it's better than nothing, and anything less than that, it doesn't make sense. It's not profitable for you. It just doesn't make sense. So there is that. Keep that in mind. You should sit down before seasonal sales even begin and figure out what you actually need. If that item that you need is perhaps expensive, and then you see it on sale and there is limited stock or anything like that, then yes, probably it's okay to buy it. But if you're buying it just because you don't want to miss out, because you're having that FOMO fashionably and all that jazz, I don't think that that purchase will actually make you happy. It will probably make you feel like you're pressured into buying something that you don't actually need. You spend the money that you didn't really have, and now you're in some financial troubles, or you just don't know what the hell to do with that thing that arrived on your doorstep a few days later. The second thing is quite similar to this one, and that is out of stock. Have you ever experienced that when you go on an online store and you check out the accessibility of an item and it says that it's there in the physical store and it's on sale, and you go to the store and you can't find it anywhere? You ask the manager and tell you they didn't have that item in stock for a few days, few months even, or something like that. That out of stock trick is something that store use to lure you in, so that you buy something else when you're already there, because you don't want to go back home empty-handed. So that happens a lot in fast fashion stores. I experienced it firsthand every single time I went shopping. That disappointment that something isn't there that you were hyped about, and that itch in your fingers, they just want to find something new and, you know, take off that credit card and all that, because you want something. You came into the store to buy something, and now it isn't here, but you want to go back home more happy than you were before leaving it, so you're gonna actually buy something that wasn't on your shopping list. That's one of the most profitable tricks that stores use, because it's just purely impulse buying. In that same category, in the same trick, is the trick that online retailers use, and that is, something is in stock, but as soon as a seasonal sale begins and the sale should be applied to each item in their stock, suddenly some of the items disappear from the stock. They're not available anymore. They're, poof, sold out just like that. It's literally sold out, the minute uh, the clock hits midnight and the sale begins. How is that possible? It can be possible because those fast fashion stores have huge, huge supplies. They have warehouses bigger than some military bases of some countries. There's no possible way that they are actually out of stock just like that. They won't do that because they want to earn as much as they can. But the reason why some items are poof out of stock is because they would lose a huge profit margin on those items, and they don't like it. They would rather to remove that item from sale for, I don't know, 1 month or 2 months that seasonal sale is lasting for, and then move it back when the seasonal sale ends as a new arrival. This is something that I noticed a lot in Intedex companies and some similar giants. It was so frustrating. I was someone who really took care of how I'm gonna spend my money, and seasonal sale was something that I planned for 6 months prior, and I would have that wish list with items that I actually wanted to buy. It was actually already in my shopping cart and all that jazz, and it would say, yeah, that yes, all of the items are available in my country and in the warehouses and all that jazz. And then the midnight would hit and I would try to order that things in my shopping cart, and Literally, that moment, they would say that those items are out of stock. A few days ago, I actually talked to this influencer about the experience that she had with Mango. She ordered a coat during seasonal sale. It was much more affordable than it was before, and they told her they shipped the item, they already did the transaction and all that, and after a week they told her that the item is actually out of stock. Why did that happen? Because someone actually probably made a mistake during upgrading or updating the web store. So they actually put that item on the sale as well, but it wasn't supposed to be on the sale. It was supposed to be removed until later. So they had to, act fast and just cancel her order. They didn't even give her a coupon code, didn't even apologize or anything. She was just left without a coat in the middle of winter, and they're just rude. That thing is unfortunately something that happens a lot, that happens to a lot of people, and I just want you to be aware that things like this happen, that even if the store says that everything in a store is at 70% or something like that, it won't be. Why? Because some of the items are hidden away because they are just not profitable enough to sell them at such a cheap price. Hand in hand with this one comes the next one, and that is overblown prices. As someone who was preparing my shopping carts before seasonal sale started so that I could, remove the chance of impulse buy, I quickly became aware how prices fluctuated on the market. How one day the full price of the item is, I don't know, $20. Then, literally a day before the seasonal sale begins, that item is now $35. And then when the seasonal sale begins, that item is either $20, as it was literally a day before, or it's, let's say, $10. But now, instead of it saying that it's 50% off, it's much, much more. So that's how they actually manipulate you to into buying things, because everything seems like such a bargain. The same thing happens with Black Friday sales. They blow up the prices day before, and then they lower it down so that the sale seems bigger than it actually is. Be wary of this. It costs you nothing except time to actually check out the price a week before sale, a day before sale, and the day after the sale started, to see if I'm actually right or not. For some things I may not be right, for some I may be actually super right, and I really hope that you won't have anything to do with those brands that are lying to you. I hope that you won't actually buy into that lie that you are saving money by buying during sale, when it comes to some items that are actually just artificially overblown in their price a day before, or on a day when the sale starts, so that the bargain could seem a bit more better. The next thing that stores do to make you spend more than you actually wanted to buy is by offering you freebies. Everyone loves freebies, no matter what it is, even if it's free socks or free tote bag or a hair clip, or some cheap headphones or something like that. Everyone wants to get something for free, even though you actually pay for it. All of those buy this get one free, you actually pay for it in the price of the first one or the second one, if it's buy two get one free or something like that. Yes, sometimes the best thing to do is to buy in bulk, and if you need something in larger quantities, then definitely it is great for you to buy things on seasonal sale while they're offering you some freebies with it, but only if those freebies are something that you actually need. And the second thing with that is, even if the item is something that you actually need and want, do you actually need it in that quantities? When it comes to, let's say, 2+1 deals, obviously you need at least one of something, one pair of shoes, let's say, or something like that. But then they have a deal: buy two pairs of shoes and get the third one, the of course less expensive one, for free. But you don't actually need three pairs of shoes or three pairs of pants. You actually need just one. And that's how they're actually making you spend more, because now you're buying that second pair that you don't need to get for free the third pair that you definitely don't need. So keep that in mind. Perhaps if you're into those buy two get one free or things like that, maybe go shopping with your friends or family members and things like that, so that you can actually combine your items, that everybody gets what they actually wanted, and then in the end someone gets something for free, or you all split the money equally or something like that. Do what you want to do with it, but be wary that sometimes those free things aren't free, aren't cheap, either for you, for your wallet, and definitely not for the planet. In this category, I also want to mention the second trick, and that is not to even give you items, but to give you coupons or to give you bigger sales. So, for example, buy two items, get 10% off. Buy three items, get 15% off. Buy five items, get 20% off. Wow, that sounds like such a deal. Well, it is, but only if you actually needed all of the five items and now you got that 20% off. But you actually needed one item or three items, you definitely overspent and oversplurged, and you're bringing into your home some things that you actually don't need. The next trick in that same playbook is for stores to actually give you coupons for future purchases. So not now, but later. And that might be great for you. Perhaps you're a regular at that store. Perhaps you're buying there every month or every year or something like that, and the coupon they gave you will last until that next time you're going shopping, and you will take that coupon with you. You'll get the 10%, and everyone will be happy. But what if this was a one time purchase? What if you never actually wanted to come back into the store? You never planned for it, or you didn't have a need for it, but now you have a coupon. You can't let that coupon go to waste, can you? I mean, really, 10%, it's such a great deal. You're losing money if you don't use that coupon, really. And most of the people will actually buy into that, and they will go back to that store, spend another few $100s that they didn't have on things that they didn't need, and they will use that coupon, and they will come back happy knowing that they saved money because they used that coupon wisely that they got a few months ago on their last purchase. As I said, that might work for you, but only if you're buying things that you actually need in the store that you actually go to, that you're not just doing something for the sake of not losing some benefits that aren't even benefits to begin with. It is just a marketing strategy to make you come back. Because no matter how the product was or anything like that, you got 10% at that store. It was a great user experience. You will definitely give them 5 stars on your Google reviews. And the last thing is something that is beginning to be more and more popular when it comes to retailers and seasonal sale. That is something that I'm not happy about it. I never used some of these opportunities. I will definitely never use them, and I will definitely tell you why. You have noticed that some of your favorite retailers began to offer monthly installments or payback plans or something like that. That is so tricky and damaging that is just not funny at all. So, monthly paybacks is something that is okay if you are someone who doesn't have a big chunk of money to spend each month on, let's say, your car or a house or your education or things like that, then definitely you should pay by those monthly installments. But if you're buying something that you don't actually need, that is just an impulse buy to make you happy, then definitely please don't do monthly installments, because you will bury yourself in debt before you even have a chance to take that first item that you bought out of your wardrobe. So please, please, please don't fall for monthly installments. It is not more cheap. You will not save money on the long run. Yes, maybe in USA your credit card score might be better if you're doing monthly payments instead of not, but in the rest of the world it's better not to be in debt than to be in debt, so keep that in mind. Why are monthly payments so dangerous? So we're talking about impulse buys. Today you were stressed at work, you came back home and you saw something cute on the web store, you bought it. But it was something that was $300. Of course, it was on sale. You wouldn't buy anything that wasn't on sale. You wouldn't buy something that expensive if it wasn't on sale, because $300 on sale isn't as expensive as $300 without sale. even though it's the same thing. You still lost that $300. And it is $300 that you don't have. What you're gonna do, you will use monthly installments to pay $100 per month. And they won't even pay you extra for that. It's just free of charge. You just give that $300, in the 3 months, it's done. And that's great. Maybe it was a coat or some work boots or something that you actually needed and they were expensive, and you know you will pay them back in 3 months. And you know you will be using them by the time you will pay them off. But what if that's not the case? What if this month you bought, I don't know, combat boots for $300 and you will pay it monthly for 3 months, $100 a month? A week later, it's the end of the month, and you actually realize that you have some more money to spend. So why not? Instead of paying for the second installment for those combat boots, you'll go out and buy yourself a skirt. And the skirt is $120, but on your account you only have 80. What you're going to do, you'll be smart with your money. You will do 2 installments of $60. And that sounds great. You actually have $20 more in your account and it's already the end of the month. You're so great at budgeting. Good for you. But then the next month comes and you find some necklace that you actually like, or your favorite YouTuber comes out with a collab in makeup or something like that, or there is a concert or something like that that you actually want to go. And you think to yourself that, well, I have some money, I'm not in debt or anything like that, and you buy yourself something like that, and you say, well, no, 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 I will be even more smart. I will do monthly payments again, so that I chunk down my expenses, so that everything is more affordable and above the water. But then you realize that now you have to pay for that necklace, but you also have to pay for that skirt, and you also have to pay for those boots that you already forgot about from a month ago. There is also something from 3 months ago that you forgot, that you didn't pay off until the end, that you still have one more payment to go. And now suddenly you're in debt that you can cover, and now things get complicated. You may not have had to pay to the store for those monthly payments, but if you're a credit card owner, you'll probably have to pay every month, and if you don't have money to pay those debts, you will get some penalties, and that's where it will hurt the most. Impulse buys are not something that you should ever put on monthly payments. Only afford impulse buys if you can pay it in full on the spot. If not, then impulse buying is not for you, or that specific item is just not meant to be mindlessly bought by you at that specific moment. Perhaps you could save some money and then buy it later, or perhaps you could buy some more affordable version of it, or something like that. But please don't go into debt when it comes to fashion, because it just isn't it isn't financially intelligent. There is literally not anything else to say about it, and it's just stupid. You will get yourself into debt without blinking an eye, and you'll be sorry for it, but now it'll be too late because you can't resell your clothes for the full price because it's already been a few months since you got them, they're out of style already, you haven't even worn them at all, or something like that, and just it's a mess. And don't do that to yourself, to your finances. Be smart with it, plan your expenses, plan even your impulse buys. If you know you're an impulse buyer and you just know you will spend each month, know that each month you will buy something, then let that item be less expensive, let that item be something that you actually need and want, and don't get yourself into debt. It just isn't worth it, and your life will be much more easier without it. So there you have it. Those are the 5 common tricks that stores use to make you spend more money than you actually have to make you spend money that you actually don't have, and to make you buy things that you actually don't need, want, like, and will ever use. To recap, those tactics are making you feel a sense of urgency or a FOMO feeling, then out of stock tricks, then we have overblown prices, then we have freebies, and lastly, monthly installments. My biggest advice to you when it comes to seasonal sale is really to just buy things that you actually need, want, and can afford. To plan your shopping beforehand, not only during the seasonal sale, but beforehand, so that you can actually see how those prices fluctuate in the days prior to seasonal sale, how things just suddenly disappear from the stock and things like that. And I hope that this video opened your eyes a little bit to it, that you will pay attention to these and similar tricks. And I just wonder, did you ever fall for any of those tricks? I know that I definitely did, and I'm sad about it, but now I know better, and that's why I'm doing retail detox. So please let me know in the comments down below. Did you ever fall for it? Do you know someone else who fell for it? Or do you have any personal tips or tricks how to combat uh, those marketing strategies made by fast fashion stores? If you're going to buy during this seasonal sale, I wish you, a happy hunt. I wish that you buy actually what you need, that you find what you're looking for, and that you don't spay over your pay grade. And of course, I won't be participating this year because I'm still doing retail detox after a year and a half. And if you want to find out more about my retail detox journey, about online fashion courses, or you're just someone who is looking for some outfit inspiration, please subscribe. And thank you so much in general for liking, commenting, and subscribing to this channel. It really means a lot. It keeps me going, and we're already at 55th video. And if you are subscribed, I will see you some other time. Bye!